Let me have a sip before I start. That's better. Cleared my throat. Calm me down a bit. It's finished. As you all know, West Ham United won. Aston Villa won at the London Stadium this afternoon. Very, very frustrating game. Very, very frustrating afternoon. Game of two halves. Lots of things to discuss. Let's start from the beginning. The lineup was good. It was the same as Freiburg. So, like I said, we're playing with a focal point up front, Antonio, and he's doing well. He's recently come back from injury, so that was good to see. And then Bowen, Kudos, Paqueta behind him. Everything looked good. Bit of a bonus was Emerson came back. Emerson came back straight into the team. That was even better. So, team lineup, David Moyes, no problem. Really, really good. First half. Actually, before I start, anyone remember the spider kick from the Colombian goalkeeper in the 90s? Is it Rene Higuita? He was actually in the London Stadium. The cameras showed him. So YouTube, for some of you youngsters, Google Rene Higuita, Colombian goalkeeper, and he does this spider backflip at Wembley. He was one of those goalkeepers ahead of his time, used to come out a lot, used to score from free kicks, penalties, corners, all that kind of thing. So he was in the crowd. First half, we were all over them. We looked really, really comfortable. And see better of Bowen, especially Bowen. Bowen back to his wing, looked really, really good. You could see that the pressure was off him and Kudos, and they could rely on Antonio to hold it up, be a focal point, be a target point, someone to aim for, really. So we looked really, really good. 1-0 up. Antonio scored. It's been a while. Good header. Really, really low. What more can you say, really? Good to see a header. Very, very brave header. And I think it was a Kudos cross, really. So, yeah, we're 1-0 up. No danger. Gets to half-time. This is where it gets interesting, and this is the key, everyone. Right. Aston Villa, at half-time, make 2 substitutions. Very hands-on manager. I love that. That's what I kept telling you. There's no rules telling you can't make any substitution before halftime, at halftime, or before the 70th, 80th minute, right? He made 2 substitutions at halftime. That made a big difference. Second half, like I said, because of that, they were all over us, right? And as the game dragged on, 50, 60 minutes, Antonio, kind of the gas was running out a bit, and we had no answer to the extra energy the 2 subs gave Villa. And then, obviously, I think it was 75th minute, was it? Let me have a look at that. Where's it gone again? Yeah, so 45 minutes, so half-time Villa bring 2 more subs. 62 minutes, they bring on 2 more. So by 62 minutes, Aston Villa have made 4 substitutions, and that was key to me. And we didn't do any up to then. And the problem we've got, ladies and gentlemen, is Antonio came off after 65 minutes and Johnson comes on. It's not going to win you the game. It doesn't make any sense. And that goes back to what I told you. We need a striker that Moyes is happy with to play up front on his own. That's not Danny Ings. That's not Mabuma. So we've missed the trick. And in a game where I kept telling you, crucial games when there's not much between the teams, we needed to get that second goal. Because why else would we? You can't say we were tired because we played Thursday, because Villa did as well. They played in the European competition as well, right? We were all over them. We let them back in the game, and yeah, we could have won it. They could have won it. But the biggest reason for us not getting 3 points today is we didn't have a striker to come on to replace Antonio. That's the problem. As soon as Antonio went off, we lost that focal point, and Bowen was trying to fill in, Kudus was trying to fill in, and we just didn't have the edge anymore. We didn't have the edge anymore. I don't even know what Johnson was meant to be doing, where he's playing. I'm not blaming him, but we just lost the edge up front, and we were just waiting for them to score. And score they did. Zaniola, who was a pain in the arse in the whole game. I call it poor defending. There was 3, 4, 5 of our defenders, one of them, and they got to it. Souček tried to stick his leg out. Alvarez was quite nearby. Mascherano was walking around, and for me, it's a poor goal to give away. But then we kind of had a lot of yellow cards, a lot of yellow cards. Alvarez has got a yellow card amongst the many, many players today. That means Alvarez misses the 2 next games against Newcastle and Spurs. It's becoming a concern. I think David Moyes is concerned by it. He gets a yellow card every single game. I think he got one at Freiburg as well, so I don't know how far he's away from European ban. So that's becoming a big, big concern for kind of West Ham. That was after about 83 minutes, really. Apart from that, kudos. Douglas Luiz, 85th minute. That was a yellow-red card for Douglas Luiz all day long. I've got nothing against female commentators, but some of the things this lady was saying after that event was making me go mad. She said that I was lucky the referee didn't see what Kudus was trying to do to Douglas Luiz. Douglas Luiz has gone past Kudus. He's wrapped him, he's got hold of him twice, and then he's gone like that behind his neck. And Kudus has just pushed him a bit, and she's focused on what Kudus has done. The referee was up and down throughout the game. That was a complete joke. So these days, if you get hacked down, you get that kind of thing behind your neck, someone grabs you like that, and all you do is just push him away. That's a yellow card for me and yellow card for the offender. I don't get it. Zaniola, he should have been sent off, I think, because he was booked earlier, I believe, with that Alvarez altercation, I believe. He kicked the ball away. He didn't even book him well when he booked Mascherano. So I don't know what the hell was going on. 91st minute, Ward-Prowse, one of the subs who came on, he missed an absolute opener, according to me. He just had to get the ball on target. It was in. He hit it straight at the player there. So that was a trick missed. Now to the spicy moment in injury time. I think the goal should have stood because all the angles that they've got to look at were not clear in what's happened. It's happened to us once before, and they gave the goal because I forgot what game it was. Oh God, I forgot. Was it Arsenal? It was Arsenal. Was it in the League Cup of League? I think it was against Arsenal because the cameras were inconclusive. They weren't clear, so you can't say, "Oh, it looks like it's hit Souček's arm," or is it Bowen's? You can't clearly tell. The post is in the way or something else is in the way, maybe a player. It's inconclusive. You've got to give the goal, in my opinion, right? And it's all right for Michael Owen as a pundit saying it shouldn't be a goal. I think there's no clear... That's the reason they kept looking at it for 9 minutes. There's no clear camera footage showing it's hit anyone's handball. There's no conclusive evidence. It's got to stand. You've got to get the benefit of the doubt to the attacking team. It's happened what's happened. We're frustrated. It was a frustrating afternoon. I'm not going to really have a go at David Moyes, but it's the transfer window again, everyone. I kept warning you about this. In the key moments, in the key moments of the business end, we had nothing on the bench. Listen, I'm not having to go Ward-Prowse on the bench or Danny Ings individually. They're very, very good, very, very capable seasoned professionals. But we needed a striker that Moyes is happy with to replace Antonio. And because the formation looked great, it's one of the formation that works if you have a striker up front. It does not work if you take Bowen out of his favoured position on the wing, stick him up front, because then we had no one up front. And you watch that second half, apart from that 91st minute Ward-Prowse miss and all those shenanigans at the end, we didn't have nothing up front, really, to be fair. Kudos and Bowen looked a shadow of themselves in the first half, really. I'm not really going to go into the man of the match. I don't like doing it unless someone really stands out. And for me, I don't think anyone really stood out. We were about as good as them. But I think when you score first, you're at home, you're on top of them. Second half, you just let them back into the game and they dominated, and they could have got the winner. And I think we were better than them, but the pure reason is we didn't have those full subs that they used. We had Johnson. Yeah, that's the reason that we didn't win the game, and that's frustrating. It's due to the squad. It's due to the transfer window. So Tim Stuyton, David Moyes, Sullivan, have a look at yourselves, mate. Have a look at yourselves, really. I think that's all I want to say about this game. It is what it is. Every point, every 3 points is so crucial. And yeah, I think 2 points, because I don't think Villa were quite at it. They weren't quite at it. And I think, yeah, if Antonio could have lasted 90 minutes or we could have had a like-for-like replacement, I think we had more in the engine to get a win over the line, right? But listen, we could have lost it because they were all over a second half, right? So a lot of chances went close and missing. So it's frustrating. It's one of those things. But the worry is, obviously, as the season gets into the business end, like I keep saying, Hopefully don't pick up any injuries, but when you need to freshen it up, and the problem is Antonio, yeah, we don't have anyone to kind of rotate with Antonio up front, and if we don't have Antonio up front and Bowen up front, it's no good. We've seen that. It's no good, and it is what it is, really. So that's it from me. I'll be back probably. I'll be back tomorrow with the Last Word show. So I'll sleep on today's result, think about more things, watch a bit more footage, see what other people are saying, and then I'll come back with the show, The Last Word, tomorrow morning regarding this. But yeah, share and subscribe if you can. Put your comments down and I'll reply tomorrow to you. So yeah, have a great Sunday, everyone. I know it's frustrating, but hopefully I've explained why, and we kind of move on and we learn from the summer window, really. So take care.